One of the secret sauce to this YPO is a thing that they call forum. And we have here Dr. Amir Kafir, who is one of the world's best resources that YPO has to offer. And he has flown down specially to train you kids on this forum process. What is this forum? I'm not going to elaborate more on that, but you will be trained on this methodology, which someone like Mukesh Ambani, for example, I'm just using his name because he's one of our members, his forum, or maybe Azim Premji's forum, they have met for every month without fail, 4 hours. That same the process will be taught to you, because these world's who's who follow this process like a religion. And it has made a huge difference and impact on their lives. I've experienced it myself. It's changed my life and transformed in a way that is difficult to explain unless you experience it yourself. So we're going to introduce you to this concept. Initially, today, it will be very basic. It will just be like a flavor for you to understand, and gradually, as you go back to your colleges, you will be able to practice it and learn more skill sets. This forum was so effective that it's taught in Harvard. It's taught in many corporates. In fact, if on your resume you have that you are a part of a forum similar to YPO, and if you go and apply for a job, I can guarantee you that if the owner is a YPO member, and if the company happens to be of any value, the chances are that the owner is a YPO member, you will be noticed. Because this forum is something that we live and breathe by. And the reason it's such a secretive sort of an organization is not by choice, but really, there's no need for us to publicize things. We know what the power is. We know what it can do. There's not a single prime minister or president that hasn't come for our events. Do you know, for example, the Bombay chapter, which we have here, has had anyone that you can imagine coming and attending, and it's a privilege and an honor for those who come in. We don't pay them. Very rarely has a paid resource come in. You will get access to all this. We decided to do something different with YPO. There are some of us in YPO who felt that we can make a huge global impact, and we have this division in YPO called as the Global Impact. And there are some of us members who are now, wherever we can impact globally, coming together, joining hands and saying, can we take this idea and replicate in different countries? So before that, I took this forum idea and I translated it into Marathi, tweaked it, and created the first and the largest women's network in Maharashtra, where we had women from tribal areas, women with PhDs, all sorts of women. And we grouped them into this forum. We got them into Mumbai. We taught them these methodologies. We didn't tell them that this is taught in Harvard and things like that. And I remember the first day when we had these women coming over in Bombay, and suddenly on Marine Drive where we had this event, there was a huge accident, and I heard the cars screech and come to a halt. And suddenly these women came running and they said, you know, we had to stop these 4 or 5 women from running to the ocean because in their life they had never seen an ocean. It took me a couple of seconds to register that this sort of thing exists in India, that they had never seen such a large mass of water. They did not understand what a concept of an ocean is in Maharashtra. There are people in Maharashtra, where we all live, where people live on trees. And this is between Bombay and Nasik, Mumbai and Nasik. Which world are we living in? So we had to do something. We had to make a difference. These women today in the last 1.5 years have done things that you cannot imagine. They have transformed villages. There were women here whose husbands were politicians, and these women were these sarpanchas, and they had to just do rubber stamping. And now with that force coming in together, the women are telling their husbands, you know what, you sit at home, don't dictate, because this is the way I'm going to run the village. It's a power that they've experienced, where we've gone and done all sorts of projects, whether it's education, health, desilting of water, you name it. To the extent that in November, in fact, thanks to Amir Kafir and YPO, a very interesting lady came and met us, Eliza Salinas. That she happens to be married to the fourth richest guy in the world, Carlos Salinas, is another story. But she and her daughters, they came to visit us, and now in November, one of the things that she does is she runs the largest television network there, and she's going to launch Tanishka in Mexico. So now our women from here are going to go to Mexico and teach the women in Mexico how to do this. We've had offers from Israel, from Palestine, from the UK, from Africa. So we will start taking this global. So which means an idea like this will go global. Done by ordinary women doing extraordinary things. Which brings me to our Delivering Change Foundation. What is the problem in India? We all know what the problem is. You know that the roads are bad. You know there are potholes. You know how to fix them. But nothing seems to get implemented. So the Planning Commission invited us, and they said, we love what you guys are doing. We don't know how you do it. You seem to be getting all political parties together, bureaucrats, NGOs, everybody together, and you seem to be delivering these solutions. So can you help us actually come up with a solution that can be scaled up across the country? And there was another body called India at 75, which has a panel where you have Narayan Murthy, you have Adi Godrej, you have Ratan Tata, Rahul Bajaj, Cyrus Mistry. And all these guys at India at 75 also approached us and said, can we work together? So India at 75, all of us are now working together, where we've actually come up with a plan through the foundation, which basically will talk about how to implement the plans. And to do so, there are two things that are going to be key. One is women, and the second is youth, you guys. Quite often, you have other organizations, and they're good. You have road tracks, you have ISEX, all these things. We were there during our college times. We had all this access too. But the point is, I always felt that I wish I could do something much more. If I was a part of a music festival, I wish it was much more than, what's prevalent at that point in time. And Mudai and Mallar, all this is good, but can this be even much better? The Delivering Change Foundation will actually help you get access to all this. What took me 20 years to build, the access that I had for 20 years, I'm willing to offer it to you here and now. In 2 to 3 years, you can make a difference, each one of you. We have something which we're calling the YIN, Y-I-N, the Young Inspirator Network.